In an ideal world, each of us would learn to speak at our mother's knee. The language we learned from our mother would be our mother tongue. It would be the language in which the world is first revealed to us and would become the language of our heart. It would be the same language our mother learned at her mother's knee, and so on back through the generations. When we later go to school in this ideal world, we would be introduced to the grammar of our mother tongue and read its literature, thereby deepening its presence inside us and its grip over us. Through its medium, we would study science and history and philosophy. At a certain stage in our education, we would begin to learn other languages too, learn to speak and read and write them, though never, by definition, as well as we speak and read and write our mother tongue. So we would learn that kleb is another word for bread, and voda another word for water. But if someone were to tell us that bread is another word for kleb, we would say, no, you've got it wrong. It's the other way round. Why? Because if our mother tongue happens to be English, bread will be the natural word for bread, and the words of our mother tongue are, to us, the natural words for the way the world is. But unfortunately, this is not an ideal world, or at least not for all of us. In the less than ideal world that actually obtains, many of us, having learned our mother tongue at our mother's knee, and having received our first few years of schooling through the medium of our mother tongue, will thereafter continue our education through the medium of a larger and more important language, a national language like Hindi, or an imperial language like English or Spanish. We will thus get used to inhabiting two linguistic spheres, the private sphere of the minor language, our mother tongue, which we will share with family and immediate community, and the public sphere of the major language. To get our discussion moving, I would like us to reflect on the millions of people who live such a dual linguistic life, and specifically on those among them who make a living by writing. So I ask, what is it like to have Guarani as your mother tongue, but to make a living by reading and writing in Portuguese? What is it like to make a living by reading and writing in English when your mother tongue is Zulu? I have two general observations to make about such representatives of the dual linguistic life. One is that they have an advantage over native speakers of imperial tongues, the Anglophones and Lusophones and so forth, in that from early in life they have absorbed the lesson that the world is not as it naturally seems, but rather it is constituted for us by the language through which we apprehend it. The other is that they are uneasy beings who in their public life apprehend and represent the world through the medium of a language which, not being their mother tongue, is at some deep level foreign to them, a language in which they can never be at home as a native speaker is at home.